The most dangerous version of Trump isn't when he's, winning, okay? It's when he is losing control. And right now, his support for aggressive immigration enforcement, especially ICE, is collapsing. And that matters more than people realize. Because when power starts slipping away, leaders don't usually, slow down. They double down, all right? And if you want to really understand what's happening right now, that's the lens you have to use, okay? Recent polling shows support for Trump's immigration enforcement is sliding to historic lows. I mean, a growing share of Americans now believe ICE actually makes communities less safe, not safer, and that its tactics have gone way too far. No kidding. I mean, and this isn't just, coming from one side. It's across the political spectrum. Even parts of Trump's own base are starting to openly question ICE tactics and effectiveness. So the real question isn't whether, support is slipping. It's how Trump reacts when it does. What we're seeing doesn't look like calm leadership. When do we ever see calm leadership? I don't even know why I'm saying that. When do we ever see calm leadership? We don't. The guy's a lunatic, okay? I digress. It looks like panic. He is constantly panicking. So take one of the more, bizarre examples from this last week. The Department of Homeland Security reportedly told FEMA, guys, this is insane, okay? Told FEMA not to use the word ICE in official weather alerts during this historic winter ice storm that we're having. Not because it was unclear, not because it was unsafe, but because the administration feared people would mock ICE online and turn it into memes. I'm so serious. That's literally why they did it. It's insane. All right, so think about that for a second, all right? For a federal emergency agency was instructed to avoid clear language about dangerous conditions because ICE public image was deteriorated, and that badly. That's not strategy, okay? That's fear, all right? Plain and simple, that is fear, all right? We've also seen the White House and its allies repeatedly lash out at media outlets, protesters, and political opponents, blaming them for ICE backlash without evidence while escalating rhetoric instead of addressing the actual concerns. And behind the scenes, there are reports that the administration is struggling to even frame these operations politically as support continues and keeps dropping. Then came the shooting of Alex Preddy, may he rest in peace. And this is where the panic becomes impossible to ignore. Within hours of this man's death, this amazing ICU nurse that works at a veterans hospital, within hours of his death, before any independent investigation at any point, the Trump administration pushed out a narrative claiming that Preddy was an illegal alien who basically charged after agents with a gun and multiple magazines. That story collapsed minutes after the actual incident took place before that even got written by the administration. So witnesses' accounts and videos contradicted it immediately. There are reports the administration attempted to alter evidence and detain witnesses. It became so obvious that a federal judge had to step in and order that the administration not destroy or alter any evidence. That does not happen, ever. Ask yourself this: does that look like confidence or damage control? I'm saying damage control 100%. I mean, they know they are fucked and they're trying to figure out a way out of it, okay? Because this is not how a stable, self-assured administration behaves, okay? This is how power behaves when it feels threatened or trapped or on a decline. And that's why this is dangerous, not because immigration enforcement exists, but because of how the White House is responding to losing political ground. And when leadership feels like they are losing control, the risk isn't policy or policy correction for that matter. It's escalation that can look like doubling down on aggressive enforcement without regard for, consequences. Distrusting independent investigations, attacking institutions meant to provide oversight, blaming critics instead of fixing problems, and inflaming divisions just to rally a shrinking base. And panic never produces stability, period, okay? It produces more chaos. What's being crossed here is a line most people do not notice until it is too late. Leadership is shifting from strategic decision-making to reactionary defense. Before, political disagreement had guardrails. Now every challenge to the narrative is treated like, I don't know, a threat that must be crushed, ignored, or rewritten. And when public safety takes a backseat to image control, governance turns into instability, okay? This isn't abstract. It is not abstract when leaders panic. Enforcement becomes unpredictable. Federal agencies act with less restraint. I mean, institutional guardrails weaken and rhetoric starts to feed reality. And that creates real world danger. That's not theory. This has been proven several times, okay? And that's what we're watching unfold right now. I don't know where we're going or how bad that this is going to get. I do know that I am doing everything in my personal power to bring as much light to this situation as possible, including collecting evidence all over the United States of these atrocities and putting myself in danger and my family at risk of not having a father or a husband, because that's how bad this is. Thank you for watching. I am Jared Zisser, and this is Ring of Fire. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications to make sure you are informed about everything important in progressive politics today. And if you are looking for fact-based independent reporting all day, every day, follow me here on Instagram or here on Facebook. See you in the next video.